Hi folks, Barry Young, Whitestone Wealth Management with the January 2015 Economic Update. In this month's video we're going to talk about some of the major economic events that occurred last month to give you some insight on what they mean for you as an investor. So please stay tuned at the end for the required disclosure statement. So what we saw was January is a very volatile month for stocks. That was largely because of events overseas. Markets grappled with the realization that though the U.S. economy is doing well, global growth is in trouble. So let's talk about what happened last month. What we saw were oil prices continued to dominate economic conversations. And oil continued its slide, and by the end of the month had dropped about 60% since last June. Though low oil and gas prices are a net positive for consumers who are paying less at the pump, analysts worry that oil prices are a symptom of weakening growth. Now, the global growth picture is weak, and both the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank cut their estimates for global economic demand in 2015. Central banks around the world are also worried, and they responded with some major moves. While the U.S. Federal Reserve is thinking about raising interest rates, the European Central Bank announced its own bond buying program that it hopes will boost growth in Europe. The Bank of Canada voted to drop interest rates to help fight the effects of oil prices on its exports. So what's this mean? Well, it means that the U.S. and the rest of the world are on diverging paths. So we're moving towards healthy economic growth, while many economic overseas are struggling. Will a strong U.S. economy be enough to pull the world out of a slump? Well, folks, that's the big question. On the domestic side, the news is brighter. We got our first look at fourth quarter gross domestic product, and the first estimate showed the GDP grew 2.6%, lower than we had hoped. However, consumer spending was higher than we had expected, and that's indicating that Americans are still buying. So while 2.6% is a big drop after the 5% growth we saw in the third quarter, a lot of economic data is yet to be analyzed, and we can hope for upward revisions in the months to come. So fourth quarter earnings also started last month, and the news so far is in line with previous quarters. Not great, but not bad. Looking at reports from 188 S&P 500 companies, earnings are up about 6.6% over fourth quarter 2013. However, total revenues are up about 2.4%, indicating that many companies are still struggling with low demand. But keep in mind that these numbers are in aggregate, and there are a lot of individual success stories in each sector. Part of what we do for our clients is look for those opportunities for growth in every market environment. So looking ahead, we expect to see a lot of volatility as investors adapt to the growing divergence between the U.S. and everyone else in the world. So while turbulent markets can be stressful, keep in mind that they often present good opportunities. And we're always monitoring those markets and keeping our eyes open for those opportunities. So that's pretty much it for January. This is our economic update. As always, if you have any questions or concerns about what I've discussed, please give our office a call at 954-491-1718. Some upcoming events, we have our class that we'll hold at Broward College next week. We'll be doing that again the following month, and also a Social Security class for those of you that would like to see your Social Security numbers. Please remember that nothing we talk about here is a recommendation. If you'd like to discuss your personal situation, please give me a call at the number I just said, 954-491-1718, and I'd be happy to talk to you. I do need to read the required disclosure, and that is, while we believe the information in this report is reliable, we cannot guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before thinking about making any investment decision. Again, Barry Young signing off. Thank you very much.